It's TMNT time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the Herocross Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hybrid Metal Figuration! Raphael. I had a look at Donnie the other day. Wasn't too thrilled about that, but as I was saying, I want to have a look at each and one of them individually to kind of really appreciate, or not, what they're giving us. Once again, the box, they all have their own distinctive box with the main turtle on the cover, on the sides, in the back, and you get the nice window box, which I can't open. Very, very nicely closed, and you have the plastic on there. And there you go, with like a nice shell symbol. But let's have a look at the figure. He's cool but rude and has a very happy face, which doesn't really fit with Raph. While it does fit with old school cartoon Raph. He stands at 14 centimeters to the top of his head, just like Donnie. They all have the same size, I'm guessing, but just to be sure, yeah, a little over 5.5 inches tall as far as look and detail in the figure goes. Chibi style with the old cartoonish. They all have, yeah, the bandana is the same, kind of going into the side of it. Have them big eyes with them just black irises and the big nose. Very nice, very round, very child friendly, I'd say. And as for the muscle work, he has them small stubby arms, but the nice red with them black over it. The shell, his shell seems a lot darker than Donnie's. As I mentioned with the Donnie review, Donnie's looked a lot more dark green, and this one is way more black, or like going a little bit over into the brownish. And overall, I think the skin tone of the turtle itself is also different for each of them. Then we got the emblem, little R symbol, and once again you got the panels over here with the part of the belt, which is just molded on there, so not always going into that direction. Cannot move that around because it's just glued on there, and down to the legs with them tiny feet. Well, the feet aren't really that tiny. Once again, stubby legs, stubby arms. It's a chibi Raph. So as for the articulation, I feel I'd take them apart this time a little bit. Like, we already had the Donnie review, and the articulation I feel like is pretty much the same. As such, got rotation in a ball joint for the bandana. It has a little bit of wiggle motion. The head doesn't really do anything. It does go forward a little bit, does go back a tiny bit, and rotates around. Now for the shoulder articulation, this is still the same. The piece inside of that does not move around. I would really think that would move around, but no. This is the second turtle I'm having and it doesn't work. So, got the ball joint in there, brings up very nicely, and that's actually okay. This entire piece, you can take all of this off, and this is what I want to have a look at. Bleh. So you have a bicep swivel, and yeah, once again, I was wondering if this was stuck, but this doesn't really move. It's just like, you really have to push it hard, and I'm not sure. Okay, now it stays in place, but does that even work if I put everything, like, if I move it back? It immediately snaps back. It doesn't, like, if I push it forward, like, just a little bit, boom, just goes back. Just goes back. Why? Why Herocross? Where, this is the mystery of the not bendable joints. Kinda, sorta. Okay, this is the wrong one. So, basically, I'm just gonna try this. I'm gonna force it. Please don't break. So, okay, it actually does go forward, like in the Donnie review. I didn't even get this much. But you really have to force it and hoping that it doesn't break. So at least now you have a little bit of room with the arm and a little bit more articulation to show off. So you got some rotation in the torso area. You got the emblem, which hasn't fallen off yet, and you got the panels over here, which move back and forth, which is part of the articulation, so you can bring the legs forward. And that's actually not a bad idea. And the legs itself are pretty decent. Go out to the side, go forward. Doesn't go to the back because of the shell. Wow. And then we have some rotation in the leg itself. Now for the knee parts, I don't think you're gonna get those. Okay, we're gonna do the same with the shoulders. Yeah, but can I push this up? No. So really, I think the problem here is that you can't. It doesn't have enough room the knee just doesn't have enough room. They needed to carve out a little bit over here to make this really work out. So as a result, the knee will, okay, like if I put everything back on it, this will never stay in place. Yeah, it's just completely blocking it. It doesn't have enough room. Needed to be carved out in the upper part. Wow, I can't talk today. Carved out. So, yeah, I just wanted to have a closer look at the articulation for this one after the Donnie one. You know, kind of like more inspecting. But anyway, just, yeah, that's it for the knee articulation. Doesn't really work. And the feet, this one is connecting. This one's very loose, actually. Okay, but that goes side to side, back and forth, not really a lot. And it's already very loose, so that will be amazing for his stability. Not. So here we go with the accessories. First, the head. You got the angry gritting T-face. It's basically, I think it's exactly the same as Donnie. I guess they all have the same angry one. Well, his eyebrows are a little bit different. Well, it's nicely painted. Teeth look nice. You got the size, which are also very nicely done. I like the different tones in the grip and the handle, and the nice metallic. Has some spots though. Yeah, paint job on this one could be a little bit cleaner. It's alright though, nothing to really complain about too much. Then we got a turtle, which just, look at these eyes. Yeah, it's a nice accessory. He has some shading in the back, that's cool. But this face, dude. This face. Oh my god. I can't get over that. Then we got two kind of like pouches, not really pouches, but to connect, to hold his size, which I have yet to figure out how to connect that. You can tell it has magnets on it, but it does not connect anywhere on the figure. I've been kind of zooming around on the belt and haven't figured it out yet, so more on that later. I'm gonna try it out. And then we got the holding hands for the size. We actually got two of it. We also got these ones, which again, I don't really see the big difference between these. Then you got these open hands for Donnie. You could hold the ooze canister. And then we got these posing hands for Raph. And this is basically what the finished product looks like. Yeah, the sizes, they don't really fit all the way in there. I don't want to push it too hard because it might break off some stuff, or like I actually want to take the color, we'll wear off the color probably. But to be fair, it's on there very nicely and tightly, so I gotta give him props for that, even though it looks a little bit wonky. Like, with all the plastic that's used to put the magnet in there, yeah, I mean, just why not make a different belt that you can switch out with this belt, because as you can clearly tell, it's just connected over here. So you could have just done that, but we got magnets, boys. All right, so overall thoughts, final thoughts of this Herocross Raphael. I mean, just like Donnie, I like the look. I really dig the look, the paint job and everything. The QC is clean for the most part. There are some small slips here and there, but forgettable and forgivable things. Just the articulation, or the lack thereof, is really bumming me out. And just this whole entire metal skeleton thing is not really working out. Now we figured out that you can move out the arms, but really it's just like you have to take it apart before you can even do it, which is weird, and you shouldn't have to do that. So as a result, I cannot recommend this one either. It's just like, I don't know, I'm really happy that I got to bend the arms. That's just like it. I almost want to recommend it now, but that's stupid. It's just like, it's still a thing. Like at $20, sure, go for it. But the original price of these guys was a lot more, and that was just no. Also, he's really not stable in the feet. I think that even worse than Donatello. I didn't really have it with Donatello that much, but this one is really just wiggling around way too much, which is gonna be an issue for this guy. So that's even on top of it. So yeah, I don't know, I'm sorry, Herocross, alright? It's just like, I cannot fully recommend this. So there you go, not recommended. Sorry guys, but that's gonna do it as usual. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever Raph wants.